Hi everyone, this is Tony from Sax Studios, and today I want to do something a little different. I usually do Photoshop tutorials, but I actually also play chess, and I know I'm a big nerd, I can't help it. I've been playing chess for a while. I actively play in tournaments and things, and of course we play a lot online. And this is World Chess Live. I recently joined because some friends that I work with play here. So my rating isn't up very high just yet, but I'm working on it. And I've only been on a few days, and my standard rating is about 19 something, 1914. Well, let's take a look here actually. Yeah, that's me. So yeah, that's my USCF rating, 1644. Um, I don't care for bullet. I just can't move it that fast. My 5 minute 1604, 15 minute 1944. But I thought we would play a 5 minute game just for fun and see what you guys think. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it off and let's go.
Game started.
Alright, so it looks like I'm black. Alright, I'm gonna play the modern defense. I can play fairly fast, but you got to be careful. A lot of people, it's kind of like a reverse Sicilian, like what they would call an accelerated dragon, but it's actually uh, known more as the modern defense. So let's see. I don't think I want any of that just yet. So let's go ahead and push there. I'm working on getting my pieces developed, and I want to. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That's okay, because he's thinking about putting his knight on this square right here, which really I don't care. Right now, I think I'm gonna push around his queen just a little bit. See what happens. Go ahead and let him put that. I'll go ahead and let him put that there if he wants to. I really think he wasted a move bringing his queen out to that particular square. I don't think it helps at all, honestly. So let's go ahead and see if we can break things open just a little bit here. That stops him from bringing in his knight like he wanted to. Okay, no problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some pressure here, see if I can't kick you out, force you to leave. Or we can do some trading. That's perfectly fine too. Now I've got two threats on his bishop. He's got to move it. And when he does, I'm going to go ahead and pick off this pawn. That's fine. Okay, and now we're going to get this in. Put a little pressure on him. See, I'm not the fastest mover ever, but I kind of get the job done. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this in. See if we can cause him. See if we can force him to push. That's vulnerable, but I'm not worried about that pawn right now. Nope. So I'm gonna go ahead and take with check. He'll move his queen. I'm gonna go ahead and take here. And now I can ruin his castling possibilities, which is always good. Makes me happy. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and push here. Alright, we're just going to keep on trucking. He doesn't seem to be worried about any threats, so let's keep the party going. Go ahead and move here. protect the pawn. Getting ready to put a threat on right there. Got my pawns coming down. It's not looking good for him. Oh, and there it is right there. The check. I'm going to win the queen from that. Okay, this is mine. Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and check. Alright. That's about what I expected, so let's go ahead and I want to bring the knight into the game. Put some pressure on him. Gonna move a little faster. He's got a time advantage. It's not what I was worried about, so check. It's not in his best interest to trade off pieces, but seems like he's still doing it for whatever reason.
Check.
That was a mistake. That was a poison pawn. He shouldn't have taken it.
Check.
This is going to lead to really bad things. It's the best way, yeah. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Check. And check.
Check.
Alright, I'm going to move here. I'm protecting this pawn, and I'm threatening a discovered attack. And he did not see it, so I'm going to go ahead and take care with check.
Check.
And then I'm going to come back over here. So let's just come back to here for just a moment. He's pinned. See if we can cause some trouble. Check. Check.
Check.
Check. And I'm just going to start my walk with this pawn. Okay.
Check.
So check. I'll just start picking off material.
White resigns.
And that's it for that one. So, good game. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed it. Let's go back at the beginning and take a look and see where he could have done better, or maybe I could have improved a little bit. He was rated quite lower than me. Started off with e4, that's pretty common. And basically, to that, I almost always play g6. It's the modern defense. And I'm not really sure what he's doing. It looks like he's wasting a whole lot of moves here. I'm just basic development. This is just kind of a reverse Sicilian, what they would call the dragon. Normally the pawn comes up first, and so I'm just developing normally. He brings out his knight, out my knight. This pawn move he just made here just seems on h3. It just seems really premature because I don't even have my white squared bishop out to try to pin the knight. I'm not sure what he's after, so he's just kind of wasting moves. So I'm preparing to attack the center so I can fortify. Out comes his white squared bishop. I'm developing so I can castle. Here comes his knight. I'm castled. So now at this point, I've got two pieces that are not developed. I do have my white squared bishop and my queen. He has his white squared bishop, or his dark squared bishop. His queen is not developed. This right here is a big pawn. It's doing nothing, and he's not castled. So even though he started first, I've already got an advantage. So he brings his queen out. I'm really not sure why. It just seems like a wasted move to me because I'm just going to kick it away with my, I'm going to fortify here. That opens up a diagonal if I want to put my bishop on b7, I can. And then he thought he was going to get in here onto d6, which would be a good place for a knight. Could be pretty hard for me to get rid of it. Not impossible, but difficult and annoying. But I had other plans, so I'm going to go ahead and kick his queen away. Now he could have went to a square like a4, something like that, but in the end, really, his queen's going to be over here doing nothing at all, and it's not going to be able to contribute. So it was good that he went back, but again, he wasted a move. So now I can get in, d6. His knight is useless from being there. He's going to threaten my knight. I'm happy to push here to open up, because if he takes, then I take back, as we saw here. Now his bishop is still being threatened. Alright, he brings it back to safety. I take the pawn. He takes with the queen. Now at this point, I'm just pushing him back. He moves back to safety. I'm breaking this open. Now I was aware that right here this pawn would fall with check, but I wasn't that worried about it because I'm working on an attack on the king side over here, and if I can, if his queen comes down here, it's a pawn, yes, but it's not critical, and it takes, out of the game. It also opens up a file for my rook, so it'll be a half-open file once we get things going. So I was all ready to let him have it, but as it turns out, he totally didn't see it, and he put too much stock in my dark squared bishop. Now, a lot of times with dark squared bishop is good to have, especially when you're playing this modern defense slash what could turn into a King's Indian, but in this case I was happy with going ahead and just lopping it off. So he takes back, and then I continue on. Pawn takes. Now he has no choice. He either has to take back with the pawn or move his knight. He doesn't have really too many great squares to go with his knight, because I'm going to have my knight coming in here to d5 to put some pressure on his queen if he's not careful. So he went ahead and took. Now I can take. That gets my bad bishop out of the way, and now that forces him he's not going to be able to castle. So here I go. I'm just going to continue on. He pushes forward trying to block things off, and I'm going straight up the board. Past pawns must be pushed. So he brings his queen down, which really after that pawn, it seems like there's a lot more he should be doing, like getting his rooks involved and quitting instead of moving that queen around. But that's okay. I defend, and I'm setting up a threat with rook to a4, and he missed it. King down, rook a4. Now he has to move his queen to safety. He picked the worst possible spot because now I get to check, and I'm going to win the queen. From here, it really goes downhill fast because of the check, and I get the knight in. He thinks I'm coming here to check him, but really, I'm just wanting to trade off. I've got the queen. I'm going to be up material. It's a queen and a rook versus a rook and a rook. So from here, it's just bad for him all around. So he's trying to draw me off. So check. Now he's opened up the files for me, which is great, and that's what I wanted.
Check.
So I check him and check here. I thought about queen d3 at this point to push him back down over into here, but with the pawns and everything, I thought it would be easier if we could just simplify. That's why I went ahead and continued with rook to d3 check. And then when he comes in, check again, force him into hiding. Okay, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm threatening some bad things. If he can't take this pawn. This rook cannot get out. It can't do anything. This rook can't come off the back row, or it's going to be mate. So really, he doesn't have a whole lot he can do. So he tries to open it up so give his king a flat square here. But that really doesn't help because I'm going to take with check because of the discovered. He blocks, and now that that's pinned, I'm just going to back away. And this was actually a mistake because of tactics. You know, unprotected pieces lead to tactics, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Check.
Now, when I check, he has to block with the rook. That's all he has. Then I take check. He takes
Check.
now. That's an unprotected piece, and I'm going to pick it off. And from there, it's pretty simple, and the resignation. But I do play chess. I play actively. If you ever want a game, I play on Chess Cube. My name is Horcrux, but instead of a O, it's a 0, H0RCRUX. tbushchess here on World Chess Live, chess.com, tbushchess. Hit me up for a game. Tell me you saw it on the YouTube channel. And if you like it, you know, we can do more. It's just something I'm throwing out there. I enjoy playing, and if you want to play with me, just let me know and hit me up. So thanks for stopping by. I know this was a little bit different. If you guys don't like it, just let me know. But if you do, I'll do some more videos like this, and we'll get into some other things. So thanks for stopping by and checking it out, and I hope you got something out of it and learned something, and you may want to try this opening sometime yourself. So take care, and thanks for stopping by.